Chumbi Valley.
We do know they're having their IDO in November of this year.
November.
So that gives you an idea.
And IDO?
The same thing as IPO for the regular stocks. This is initial DEX offering, like when it becomes available on the cryptocurrency exchanges as a token.
They're ramping things up, and we just want to talk about the game and what it is. It's something we've been looking into a bit, and it honestly looks pretty awesome. A lot of these NFT games is something that we're both kind of getting excited about. Illuvium, we've done a video on that if you want to check that out, but just these NFT games that seem to be very well thought out.
Yeah,
and
incredibly. I mean, the white paper on it they have, the plan, the roadmap they have is, wow, they've really done a lot of work and planning, and it's going to go good places.
So what is Chumbi Valley exactly? The way that they're trying to set things up is it's essentially a cross between like Stardew Valley and Zelda, as well as Pokemon, kind of an all mix between those types of games. There are a lot of popular games in that list, but yeah, they're trying to bring it all together into a fun gaming experience and then not really worry so much in the gamer's mind about making money part. They want it to be seamless and fun.
So an interesting point about it is built on the Polygon blockchain, which is a competitor with Ethereum, which is pretty much like Ethereum, except it can do a lot more transactions per second, 65,000 per second versus I think Ethereum's current 15 per second. So a huge amount more, and also a lot cheaper, almost no gas fees, as we've talked about before for Ethereum. So good solid choice there.
So Ethereum has gas fees, but Polygon doesn't.
It has some fees, but very hardly anything compared to what Ethereum is. So
it'll make it a lot easier for them to be able to do all the transactions.
And that's what a lot of these new games are being built on for that very reason, because it's a lot more scalable and you don't have those limitations like you do with Ethereum.
The premise of this game is it's essentially the idea of Pokemon. You have these creatures that you get, and then you can breed them and you can train them and level them up and all that fun stuff. However, there's also some other aspects of the game where you can farm and mine and do all these fun things aside from just the collecting the creatures as well. It's going to be free to start. You don't have to put money into it, and there's some of these pay-to-earn games that, like Axie Infinity, to be able to actually start playing and making money in the game, you have to spend money, and a decent amount of money now because there is a lot of people playing and there's only so many of these Axie Infinities and whatnot. This game, you can start it free to play, and you get these, they're called Chumbi. I hope I'm pronouncing that right, but I believe it's called Chumbi. Essentially your Pokemon or whatever. Start off with a free one, and you start leveling him up, playing the game with him, and you can change him into an NFT version of the Chumbi. Concept of being able to start the game for free and eventually turn it into where you can make money with it, but you don't have to pay money up front.
So there's several ways they provide for you to actually make money in the game, and one of the ways is leveling up your Chumbi, and then the other way you can have Chumbi spells is one type of spell you can get that allows your Chumbi to be earning offline, right? You cannot be in the game, they'll keep earning and gathering things and whatever that requires a certain spell to be able to do. And then Chumbi happiness, so you feed them their favorite type of food. That's going to increase their happiness level, and that can increase things like your APY. They actually have, like later on, it talks about how you can put money into their shrine of giving, where you actually, if you have a higher happiness level, then you get higher returns on what you're putting into that.
It's essentially kind of like the idea of having an in-game bank, but actually making money with this coin that the whole game is attached to. And you can put your money into it, and you can put different things into it, and you get a return on your interest. So you can increase your interest rate essentially with that bank based on the happiness of your Chumbi or your Pokemon or whatever you want to call it. They call it Chumbi. And so an interesting concept with that, and pretty cool. I haven't seen that in another game before. I'm sure if it catches on, it'll become a huge thing with all these NFT games. But currently, I haven't heard that in any other game. Let me know in the comments if you have heard of another game that has a similar concept, but I haven't seen that. Chumbi body part.
Chumbi?
Chumbi body parts. That's the uniqueness of these little creatures that will make every NFT in the game, every creature, every Chumbi, unique. So you're not going to have one that's similar to any other. Exactly.
Infinite.
Well, I don't know how many they're going to create.
Infinite.
Almost.
Infinite, unique
Almost.
Chumbi.
Almost.
Close.
All these different body parts, horns, ears, eyes, all these different things will be unique to your own.
Now this is where you're going to have to know, when you're in the game to get the best outcomes. Like you can breed any type of Chumbi together, but certain Chumbi being breeded together will result in better upgraded Chumbi. So you have like some of them you wouldn't think naturally go together, but like neutral of forest leads you to feather. Put the feather and crystal together, you get a creature, and then you get a void with a spirit and creature together.
Void.
There's the ultimate, the void. You suck everything in and consume it all.
Obviously,
right?
we don't know all the details and aspects of this game. We just see this chart like you guys.
They have a lot of different ways of earning money. You can either go on a quest, you can farm and raise things, or you can do this Chumbi battle, which is,
And battling essentially is going to help your Chumbi raise its level and become more valuable. And
you can raise its level, though, by doing farming and stuff, too, which is interesting.
Right.
So you have a lot of different options of how to do it.
And so this is one of them, one of the ways that you can upgrade your Chumbi, and you can go out into the wild and fight other PvE battles, player versus enemy battles, and you can also do PvP battles where you fight other people and their Chumbis.
Understanding, just like in Pokemon and anything else, you have to know which types they're weak or strong against and all that. So they also have Cursed Chumbi. I guess you can go out and battle them. And you have this interesting idea of this lucky stars that you can get in different ways. One way is to defeat Cursed Chumbi.
Either have your forest home where you decide to just stay there and you can raise up your Chumbi and gather resources and craft and all that fun stuff, or you can decide to go and explore, and with exploring you can find new NFTs, new Chumbis that you wouldn't normally find in your own forest home area. And then of course you have the farming, as it shows here. You can grow forest crops that have many uses. Crops are tokenized. What they mean by that is they need to be watered regularly and will grow on blockchain-based time. Set to the cryptocurrency within the game, and it will be based on that time, which is an interesting concept.
Yeah, I don't know. We don't know what that actually looks like until you go in and do it. I guess how fast
Until
or
they
slow
decide
that
to
goes through.
Yeah. And they can change that depending on how things develop with the game.
Chumbi Lending, which is an interesting idea where you can take your Chumbi that you've built up, and while you're not in the game, you can have them available for someone else to borrow.
You can
and then
loan them out.
You can earn off of what they earn with your, they're going actively working and using your Chumbi, and you can earn money off of that, a certain percentage, which is cool.
The Chumbi Village, you're able to own land, and you'll be able to have special perks with that. Capture wild Chumbi and fighting together with raids against other cursed Chumbi, and it'll just unlock different events within the game if you own land.
Which is cool because it really caters to a lot of, instead of just having one way of doing it, it's like a lot of people, different people will choose different paths of what they like to do. You can also craft your own special NFTs, and you can make something unique and then sell that to people. And so it might take a long time to do that rather than going and battling. You can sell the axes, right? Or what was that? What's that old saying? For the gold rush, you can sell the pickaxes
yes.
instead of getting the gold, right? So
one of the great ways to make money on a gold rush is to be the one selling the pickaxe
Selling the
to
tools.
the people going to mine the gold.
Sell the
So
tools.
same idea as we're talking about within this game. You have different ways that you can make money. If you don't want to go battle, I feel like a lot of people are going to want to do that. Go raise their Chumbis and battle them out and level them up. And then other people might be more passive about the game and enjoy kind of exploring and farming and doing that more. And then they can sell their stuff to the people who want to go battle.
So this is the unique aspect, again, that I don't think is available in any other game. They're pioneering this new idea of having a bank in-game. Play-to-earn games have huge potential to offer new ways for people to earn an income. We recognize that there was an exciting opportunity to complement this income by combining it with a world-class in-game savings account. This savings account is referred to as the Shrine of Giving in Chumbi Valley. So yeah, again, they recognize this need, say, hey, this hasn't been done before, let's figure out how to do it, and that's what they're doing.
Players will be able to deposit stable coins into the Shrine of Giving and then assign a Chumbi to it, unlocking gamified annual interest rates.
That's neat. So you can actually put stable coins. I don't know if you can do it outside of game, if you'll be able to do it from the website separate from it, or if you can only do it in game, which would be very interesting because, again, the stable coin, that's just US dollar. You could take your fiat currency and change it into a stable coin, which is any number of them like USDC, USDT. They're coins that are just set to always mirror or be close to the value of the US dollar. And so that's a stable coin. So you can put that in there and just get the APY off of it. And again, that APY would be higher based on your Chumbi's happiness level.
Yeah, as it says here, as you work to improve your Chumbi's happiness level, it'll unlock the different interest rates, basically. 5%, 10%, 15%, all the way up to 30%.
30%.
On the stablecoin. So it's pretty cool. It'll, I think, add a lot of different playability of the game. And the reason for people to play the game, honestly. It'll become possibly a little too addicting for some people, I feel like.
Yeah, really, that would be a concern. But, I mean, holy cow, 30%. I mean, think about that. If you got a bank, what do you get? 0.5% APY or maybe 1% at the most?
Yeah.
That's some crazy good return.
Another important aspect of the whole game is the marketplace. The marketplace is the place where you'll be able to go to trade, sell, and buy all these different NFTs. Not only the Chumbis in the game, but also all the unique crafting materials and farm equipment and all that different stuff that they put into the game. It's not fully fledged out yet, but obviously will be, and it'll all be through this marketplace. And this is where you'll be able to go and do anything you want with your NFTs that you own the rights to as you play the game.
And then we have also the Lucky Stars token, which is kind of the engine, the
LSTS.
coin, LSTS, the coin within the game that kind of allows everything to happen. That's what you need in order to do evolutions, to upgrade, to trade with the guy who comes into town sometimes and trades with you.
So people are going to be wanting a lot of this.
Yep. So I could see this being even more valuable than the Chumbi coin itself, as far as just from an investment standpoint.
That is Chumbi Valley. If you're interested in getting to know more about this as it develops, be sure and subscribe to the channel, and we'll talk to you in the next
Questions
video.
or comments down below. We love to hear from you.
Questions or comments, always down below. We like to respond to fun questions and comments, even though we haven't really had any yet.
Yeah.
So,
hey, but we're looking forward to your fun questions and comments. Make sure
they better be fun.
Gotta be fun.
Because if they're not, then they're not fun.